What is up, friends? Welcome back to Ozark Outdoor Brewing. I've had several comments and questions from you all on different videos about the fermenter that I use. And that's what we're here to talk about today, the Kegland FermZilla All-Rounder. So come along, let's review some gear. Like I mentioned, this is the Kegland FermZilla All-Rounder 30-liter fermenter, which is just about 8 gallons, give or take. And it's not just any fermenter, right? This is pressure capable, which opens up a lot of different options for you as a home brewer. Now, I picked mine up from morebeer.com with my own money, and I'll have links in the description below in case you want to take a look at anything that I talk about today. So the 30-liter all-rounder is currently on More Beer for about $80, and that's basically the standard base unit, if you will. And it comes with the fermenter, obviously, the stainless steel stand, the handles, the lid with the pressure release valve, a 3-piece airlock, this collar here that's going to hold the lid down. It also comes with these temperature and graduation mark stickers as well. Now, to take full advantage of the pressure capabilities of this fermenter, there are a few upgrades that I'd recommend unless you have the components that I'm about to cover. So first off, you can buy this fermenter with a pressure kit, and that's currently about $154 on morebeer.com. In addition to the base unit items that I covered, you also get a silicone tubing and floating dip tube with a mesh screener. You do get 2 plastic carbonation caps, this harness is right here, and a free blow tie spunding valve that is duo type compatible. And these extra items give you everything you need in one piece of kit for pressure fermentation and no oxygen transfers to your keg, and that was a game changer for me. All beer can be negatively impacted by oxygen, some styles more so than others, but with this kit and the right steps, you can effectively eliminate that worry from your process. I'll link a video up here to the very first pressure transfer I ever did if you want to go and check that out. One other upgrade I would recommend is to replace these plastic carbonation caps with stainless steel. These plastic caps can be a little bit finicky to get on and off, and I absolutely mangled mine the first time I tried to take it off to clean it. But these stainless steel, I think they're about $14 on More Beer currently. They're gonna last you a lifetime. They're easy on and off, easy to clean, and like I said, they're gonna last forever as long as you take care of your equipment properly. Now, like I said, this setup allows me to transfer my beer directly from the fermenter into the keg without introducing any oxygen to the beer. But here's the nice thing too, you can actually leave your beer in here, carbonate it, slap a picnic tap on the top of it, and serve it directly from the fermenter. Now, this opens up a completely different conversation about how long your beer should set on top of a yeast cake. That's for a different discussion. But if that's your jam, or you're not worried about that, or if you're in a pinch and all your kegs are currently being used, you can do that and serve it directly from this fermenter. There's also a couple of safety things that we need to cover here. This is PET plastic, so you can't transfer hot boiling wort into this fermenter unless you want to warp it, ruin it, and end up having to buy another one. I think the specs say keep everything in here below 130 degrees Fahrenheit, but I'm generally not transferring my wort until it's at least fairly close, within a few degrees, 5 or 10 degrees of yeast pitching temperatures. Also, it's pressure rated to about 36 PSI, so you definitely don't want to exceed that. Yes, there is a pressure release valve, but I do not want to rely on that alone. I generally don't have any more pressure in here than about 15 to 18 PSI at any given time. One of the items that comes with the pressure upgrade kit that I didn't really think I would like or have much use for, honestly, is this strap, this harness system. You can strap the fermenter down to this stand, and then you can easily lift this up by the handles up here at the top. Don't have to worry about lifting this up and the stand not coming with it, or holding it from the bottom and catching the stand with it as well. Everything moves as one piece, and you can just rely on the steel handles up here at the top. Another thing I really like about this is it's super simple to clean. It's got a wide, I think maybe 4-inch wide opening at the top. You can get your entire arm down in there, and it's easy to clean those sticky and stubborn krausen rings. I've also seen people flip this up on a keg washer, and that's going to make it even easier to clean if you've got one of those as well. So I've talked a lot of positive things about this. What are some of the negatives? Well, I'm not a fan of the sticker here that has the graduation markings. It is a little bit wonky to stick that onto the bottom and then have that come up. You've also got the situation where you can tilt this a little bit, so if you don't have it completely level, you're not going to know exactly how much wort or water, sanitizer, whatever you put into it is in there. I wish there was a little bit different way to do that, but you're always going to have that issue when you have a fermenter and a base. It's going to depend on how level you have it sitting on there. Another thing that can be a little bit tricky is removing the lid once you're finished with fermentation. What I like to do is loosen the collar just a couple of turns, and then you can take a flathead screwdriver or even a spanner wrench, put it under the stainless or the plastic carbonation cap and just lift up. This will help unseat this lid right here and make it much easier to remove from your fermenter. One other thing that I've found that helps with that is just take a little bit of keg lube and put it around this seam that you've got here. That will help it seat nicely. I've also had a good experience with getting that off a little bit easier than without it. Other than that, I don't really have anything negative to say about this fermenter. I mean, I absolutely love it. It changed the way that I brew and ferment. You can get this in multiple sizes. This is the 30 liter. There's also a 60 liter. You can get it with the pressure transfer kit. You can get just the base unit. There's several different options and ways that you can get this kit delivered to you. So in the end, what does all this mean? Will this fermenter help you make better beer? Well, that's a tricky question to answer. If your sanitation process, for example, isn't up to par, you can make a bad beer no matter what kind of fermenter you use, whether it's this kind of pressure capable plastic fermenter, whether it's a bucket, a stainless steel, whatever it is. If the beer's bad going in, the fermenter is not going to help make that any better. This piece of kit just happens to fit and work well in my process to make things a little bit easier for me. That may not be the same for you, but I'd recommend you at least check this out and see if this is something that could fit well into your brew day. And as always, friends, if you're not already, please consider subscribing. That always helps us out. And smash that bell so you get a notification every time we post a video here on Ozark Outdoor Brewing. And remember, drink responsibly.